so glad that you decided to come to another session. And today we're going to be talking about control freaks. Hi, I'm Russ Heiner, and I'm an ex-control freak. Reality is that control freaks have a lot of diseases, and it's because they like control. And I'm here to testify that I've been working on getting rid of being a control freak. It's difficult when you are a type A individual. It is difficult to achieve some of the things that we set for ourselves without trying to control everything. Through the therapy and the Reiki healing that I've done, I've learned that you can't really control anything. You don't control your heart rate, you don't control your thoughts, but you do control your thoughts. And that's about the only thing that you can really control. You can't control the weather, you can't control these things called computers, the internet, none of it. So let's just say that I have met a control freak that runs a book club. Now, I want you to know that because I am an ex-control freak, I can identify control freaks miles away. So what happens is that this particular control freak is like most control freaks. They're closet control freaks. And what happens is that this particular individual runs a book club, which means that a group of people read the same book and then they go to a location and discuss the book. Well, the leader, and you've got to understand, when I say leader, leader to me means facilitator, not a dictator or a monarchy. What happens when you are in a book club is you come together and the leader asks questions and causes and facilitates a discussion. And then the leader makes other decisions, which makes the whole thing enjoyable for the group. So the control freak, control dictator of the book club, they want to pick the book. They want to pick the location for reviewing the book. They want to have everybody facilitate and talk about the book, but they don't have questions. The dictator doesn't have questions. They feel that it should be more of a grassroots or spontaneous type of conversation. That's not reality. So what happens is that the book club dictator is then very frustrated. It doesn't work for them. And I get that. But reality is that what is it that you're really trying to achieve? And when we look at that and we give up having to have minute details or be a micromanager, then our lives get so much better. All right? So one of the things is that when we talk about parenting, it is difficult to be a control freak because it's non sequitur. A family can't have control freaks and have a functional family. And how do I know that? Because at one point when my children were being born, I wanted a wall that I could write down all the rules, what the expectations were, some of the things that were going to be happening, allow for clear communication. Because if it was on the wall, it was a clear communication, even though the children might not have been of age to read. And the point is that when I expressed this to my spouse at the time, they said, "Are you out of your mind? That is so controlling. That's not how it works." And at that point, I started to realize that I can't control very much in my life, nor should I want to control very much in my life. I would like to be able to have the goal and allow things to happen to achieve that. All right, now, I've noticed with the people that I have worked with through the Reiki healing and also counseling and also coaching, that if they are an extreme control freak, they might have a very addictive behavior. And what that means is that an individual that has an addictive behavior has issues with connecting with people, having relationships. They also happen to feel that people are a pain in the ass. Well, that causes a disconnect. It causes separation, which causes people, then control freaks who feel that way, to disassociate. And disassociation in human behavior is not a good idea because it does depression and it shortens your lifespan. It also creates heart disease. So we, as control freaks, we need to lighten up. Stop being that way. All right, so let's just talk about some of the side effects that are along with being a control freak. One of them is, we are social animals. We have to have contact with other individuals. If you want dementia, be a control freak. Alienate everybody. Don't talk to anybody. That's sarcasm, by the way. Heart disease, risk of stroke, depression, anxiety, those are all issues with that issues that are caused by being a control freak. I can admit, I've admitted in multiple sessions that I've had depression, and I can also associate it now with being a control freak. So that's not it. All right, what about control being that you fear? Yeah, fear and control are the same thing. Why do I need to have control? Because I fear I will fail. Reality is, if I have enough fear, then I have tension. I will have a heart attack. I also will be short with people. I'll destroy relationships. I won't be flexible. I will have tremendous amount of stress. Wait a minute. I have fear and I have stress and anxiety. Well, what about anger? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have anger because I'm a control freak, and if I don't get my way, I start ranting and raving like a 3-year-old. So, what does that do? Well, in the long term, it might have rectum consequences. You're going to, the old saying of being a-hole has validity with control freaks because their rectum has consequences. Is that bizarre? Yeah. You think about some of that, all right? What about Parkinson's disease or Bell palsy? Those are other diseases that are controlled because you have anger and you have a lot of control. Well, if you have current chronic diseases, my suggestion is go out and get some therapy. Go out, see a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, pastoral therapist, Reiki healer, and what you'll find is they will be able to dig through all the minutiae and allow you to reduce the amount of control freak that you have in you. And we're talking about a spectrum. Everybody has a little bit of control. That's just, they want control. And then you have the perfectionists on the outside. Well, those individuals, man, they will drive you batty. And on top of that, the possibility of them ever achieving perfection is slim to none. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the control freaks that are in your life, that you love, that you care for, that you want their health to get much better, and then start talking to them about anxiety, depression, stress, being able to reduce the anger, the frustration, and then some people eat out of frustration, the weight, the health. See how all of this is a holistic message? It's not just about a control freak. It's about emotional stability. It's about happiness and healthiness. Now, go ahead. I want you to be wealthy. And wealthy, if you've seen the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And what also, I want you to have a great day and go ahead and comment down below. This is a strong subject. I expect to stir the pot so that you will respond. You have a great day.